Hey everyone, thanks for joining. This is Daver here. Welcome to my showcase for multi-item storage. Now, I didn't invent the wheel on this one. I just wanted to give it a crack, see what I can come up with. And I want to thank Seth Bling, JL257, and Tango Tech for some inspiration on putting this together. Without them putting out some cool videos, writing the book on what we should be looking at in Minecraft, we wouldn't come up with some cool stuff like this. So what did we want to achieve? Well, they achieved multi-item storage, um, quick and efficient. And some of the other guys, some videos out there have a silent system, and that's kind of what I wanted to look at. And I also wanted to make it compact, user-friendly, anybody can do it, and that's what we have here. So it's 2 wide, pretty straightforward, 5 deep, 2 by 7 at the bottom. So let's get this tutorial going. We only have like 6 steps and anybody can do it. 2 by 7 right here, pretty straightforward. Choose your block of choice. We have our block at the back with 2 redstone, repeater, our dropper facing up, our comparator going into a block with redstone, into another block coming this way, back to the right, repeater on 4 ticks, redstone creating our clock right here, pushing our redstone forward with 2 more repeaters, going into redstone, back into our dropper. So this is our cycle of life coming around here. Now our dropper tower is going to go up 5. So if we look here, we go 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 facing up, and then the 6th one's going to face left or right. Ours is going to face right. Pretty much take this row, flip it over here, and you can go the other direction. Next step, add your chest. Double chest can be trap chest, regular chest. I prefer regular because that way you can see your items flowing. Take your hoppers, throw them into your chests, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, coming up to the second dropper, we're going to take 2 slabs coming out on each second one. So 2, 4, 6. Put a block on the back side of the last slab like this. And then we'll move on to the redstone, adding repeater on the first 2 steps. The last one, we don't need one. And then we're going to take redstone and come across these to our block. And then we're going to add our redstone torch on each one. So 1, 2, 3. Now to connect these towers together, pretty simple. You can use slabs, you can use blocks. Slabs allow us to go up a little tighter. So take a slab and connect your tower together. And believe it or not, that is it. That is your multi-item storage. So let's move on to making them connect. So what we have here is 1 block gap. And what I like about that is you can add your decorative block here and here, just in between each, and you can put your sign on that, or you can put your item frames depending on which one you have that. Now in my creative server and my survival server, which we'll see soon, we'll have just an example of what I did there. So connecting these, let's come down below here. So from that 4th one down, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to take a hopper, face it into another hopper that faces down, and then right into your next module. And pretty much it is rinse and repeat. You just take that and follow it down in there. Now the last one, you're going to have a dump chest for your non-stackable items or anything that's just not filtered, or if you stick in there by accident, it'll just come to this chest here. Now this is not 100% efficient, which means is when you have a silent system, you're going to have items stuck in that dropper, and then 2 corresponding hoppers here. So this one here, and then your 4th one. So if you have your precious stuff like your diamonds, you want to do one thing, make sure you put them in your top chest, or you want to filter them out using a different system. So what I've created is a filter system that when you place items in your chest here and your items go through your system here, it's going to start another filter, the filter that goes through it, allowing all your items to go through your chests and get 100% efficiency out of that. And I'll show you the version over here. I have a step-by-step process here we can go through in just a minute. But please allow me a minute to explain what I have here. So what I have here is a system where when you drop in your items, let's just drop in our items here. Our system is going to activate that and put them in all of our corresponding chests here. And then as you can see, you hear a system of events happening down below. And what that's doing is three things. One, we're unlocking and locking hoppers. We're locking our chests, and we're locking our filter block system. So what we have here is a system that allows filter blocks to go through our system, taking up all those corresponding spaces and allowing our system to do a cycle for us. So we're locking our chests so no items can go in there, and we're also allowing our filter blocks to enter our system but not re-enter it. So we have here is an on and off system locking hoppers as well as turning them on when the filter starts. Now we also have our dump chest here to make sure that any items that are not filtered go through there. And here is our item block filter. So if we look here, we have our filter blocks, and then we have our placeholder blocks, which I always recommend to anybody, put do not remove. So if you have new people on that don't understand, gives them a guideline. And then the filter blocks just come right under here, come down, and then up this elevator, and then just get relocked right in this position. So as you can tell, the system is done. Well, it's not quite done just yet. My timer hasn't stopped. Now you can adjust that based off of how many modules you have. I find out there's just 2 stacks of 64 is reliable when having something like this. So once that timer stops, this chest will unlock, unlocking this hopper, allowing our filter blocks to go into this area here in a holding area. So there you have it. So you can add new stuff to the system. Now you can also add it when the system is filtering, because it's going to be locked. You can walk away and go forward from there. So there you have it, guys. A tileable system that has filtration, and it's also 100% efficient. Let's get started by taking a look of what that entails. So what we have here is just another timer module, just like we have here, except the redstone here just goes down one other step. So we have our comparator going through our redstone block and our timer dropping down and then coming over again. And what we're doing is we're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again and facing right. Now you can also go left depending on your system, but we're doing it right-handed this time, so that way I can show you there. So let's come back around here and see how we did this next step. So what we're doing is we're taking our comparator signal from this hopper coming out. So what we're doing is we're taking our comparator with our repeater, dropping it down to another block with a torch, dropping it down one more time to another torch and redstone, and then we have these 2 other blocks coming down here. I'll just take a step back so you can see that. Now what we have here is a series of events that are going to take place. Now this is just our hopper repeater timing system. Don't know an exact term for what it is, but what happens is when this torch turns off, this dropper and hopper is going to take one single item that's in here and either push it up or push it down, setting the signal through here. So what we have here is, like I said, a hopper with and a dropper, one item in there, with our comparator going into a sticky piston with a block, a repeater just on regular, and another sticky piston with a block coming out to redstone. And we also have redstone here. Now I have 4 repeaters on normal delay into a block with redstone on top, because what that is going to do is lock this again, setting a signal through. So what happens is this makes a cycle going around and go ahead and sends a signal to the next part, which we'll look at. And I'll show you this, how this works. Now if I just turn this off, turn it back on again, and then it resets itself. So what we're doing is we're setting a resetting clock for our system. Now coming across here, we added our hopper timer. So coming off of this block here, we're going to take a repeater to another block of redstone, dust of redstone. I'm going to take a line of repeaters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the dust, and also with 2 other blocks with dust, and another repeater going into a block with dust right there on top of it. Now this is your hopper timer here, just on edge versus You know, you typically see them side by side. I just wanted to make it more compact. So we have a comparator going into that block with our two hoppers going into each other, comparator going into this block with dust, and then just have a sticky piston on this side, a regular piston on this side, and a block of redstone. So I'll just stand up for that. All these repeaters right here that we just added are on the normal delay or just standard. Okay guys, one last step on this section is we're going to wire up this dropper tower. Same thing as before on the last ones. We're going to go up 2 and come out 2. So go up 2, out 2 slabs, up 2, out 2 slabs, and the same thing. And we're going to wire them up the same way. 2 repeaters and just redstone connecting them the rest of the way. So moving on to the rest of the wiring for our locking hoppers at the top. And what we're going to do is come off this redstone behind the non-sticky piston and add a block next to that redstone. I'm going to go up 3 with our torch tower. So block torch, block torch, block torch. Take a half slab, 2 half slabs, and put them next to each other, and then put a repeater going straight into that hopper. So the middle hopper right there. Now coming down, we want to come and put a torch on the side of that last block with a repeater on a slab on 4-tick delay into a block with a torch. And I like to put a redstone lamp just to signify that the system is locked with I'd say the hopper and the drop chest is going to be locked. And as well as that hopper will be locked. Let's see, coming down over here, we're going to come off of the second torch that we had put up. I'm going to add a torch on the side of that, and then a string of half slabs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then come over one more and connect it onto the dust from that last block there. And what this is going to do is to make sure that if for some reason this double pulses during the timing cycle, this will always stay lit when the timer is actually activated. So if there's some type of hiccup, I haven't had one yet. Designing this I did, but if it was to happen spontaneously, this will stop that from double cycling. If it does double cycle, it's not going to break anything. It's just going to double cycle for you. Now, I believe we have achieved everything on that wire-wise, except for making our item filter here, which you can achieve by just coming off of that last hopper, dropping down again, and then making your item filter. And then what that does is I like to put the item filter directly in line with the droppers. So if we come on down and you have that going right underneath the block that's supporting the rest of the redstone for the modules, and then come straight down here to the bottom and going into our dropper system, allowing the filter blocks to come up and just get locked and transferred in between these two. And ladies and gentlemen, that is everything wired up for us here today. I hope you enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe. And if you want a block by block tutorial on this, I know this is new for me here. Let's put about 100 likes on that, and I'll go ahead and do a block by block tutorial. That way, if you have any questions, you can look on that. I am playing on console. I do play on PC, so I can't put a world download for you guys, but I just want to thank you guys for watching this, and we'll see you all later.